So, hi, hello everyone. My name is Walid bin Hassan. I'm a design engineer working at Lempro Milan at Pakistan, Lahore. So, majorly, what we did was that we took the Swerve EL2 core from the Western Digital, which was an open source code, and converted that into Chisel. So, what was the reason behind doing it all? We basically wanted to do a litmus test of Chisel. We wanted to know how Chisel would scale up to a system Verilog based code. uh, there is much of a misconception about Chisel that the Chisel generated code would be much more costly PPA wise as compared to a handwritten system Verilog. So we wanted to test it out. So let's meet the code. So Quasar is a four-stage, mostly in order RISC-V based core that supports RV32 IMC instruction, and it operates at a frequency of 600 megahertz on a 16 nanometer technology node, worst case corner. So it goes out of order whenever there is a divide or a load or store from an external memory. We don't have an ROB in the Quasar, so we don't support imprecise exception, meaning that whenever there is an imprecise exception, we just restart the code. So it's a fairly simpler code. So how we did it? First of all, we took the RTL written by the Western Digital, and reading that RTL, we documented a detailed microarchitecture spec of the code. After that, each of the modules were made, and each of the modules were tested on a unit level test environment. After that, when the whole core was completed, both of the cores were subjected to a core simulation environment where both of the cores were ran in a same environment with the same test, and the logs were made, and post simulation those logs were compared, and we find out that our core was working uh, as accordingly to the Swerve EL2 or not. And finally, to solidify the fact that Quasar is equivalent to Swerve EL2, we did a lec of the both cores, the code generated from the Chisel as well as that system Verilog written one. So what were the pros and cons that we found about Chisel? Well, the Chisel code is much more scalable and easy to write. Uh, we don't have to worry too much about the what type of an width or the type of that value being assigned. There are much lower linting problems. So these are all the pros of Chisel that we found. The cons were that I was speaking to a fairly reputable organization that does work in memory side. So I still think that people are a bit reluctant towards adopting Chisel. Hopefully, this is going to be resolved in the near future. And one con that we find out was that the Chisel actually makes verification a bit more tedious. I would say you need a certain mindset to do verification in Chisel if you are coming from a system Verilog background. And finally, we don't need to have any package management tool. We can do that in Chisel manually or through Wit or Wake. We can just link those repository all along. So let's move to the chunky part of the presentation. That's the statistics. So statistically, when we did a PPA analysis of both of the cores on a 130 nanometer technology node, we found out that nearly the frequency, the area, and the power was, uh, if they are done, if, if we compare them side by side, we found that it's almost equal to that of a handwritten one. Uh, but as we were doing the verification through LEC, so we had to do quite a lot of user matching because of the fact that Chisel actually changed the name of intermediary signals. So we had to do quite a lot of user matching. Those user matching are listed. Finally, the main benefit of this activity that we found was that the chisel written code was much smaller than as compared to the Swerve EL2. Originally, the Swerve was about 19,000 lines of system Verilog code, whereas for Quasar we just had to write about 12 and a half thousand lines of code. As we were taking leg cleanliness into consideration, this is the reason there is even from a Scala point of view, this still is a huge number of lines of code. If we weren't to do the leg cleanliness and we just had to prove that it's functionally equivalent to Swerve EL2, we assume that the number of lines of code written in Scala would be much more smaller than about it would rack up about 10,000 lines of codes. We we actually went a step further to see that not only to the synthesis level, we took it to the whole implementation process for both of the cores on a 45 nanometer technology node, and we figured out and we found that both of the cores, even at the implementation level, didn't pose Chisel didn't pose much of a problem there. We can just the same constraint for the Swerve core was used for the Chisel version of the code. So we were able to find out that even through the implementation time, they were almost same PPA wise. So the roadmap for us moving forward is that we are adding an F extension to it, which is almost complete. Hopefully, that will be open sourced in the near future. After that, we are hoping to add a vector extension to the core as well. Uh, we actually did wrote a whole training manual on Chisel, which is also open sourced. The link is given in the presentation. If anybody wants to learn Chisel, I recommend that do take a look at our manual as well. The core, the Chisel version core is also open source. It can be found at the following link. We are doing verification of this through the Google, a variant of Google RISC-V DV, which we have converted according to our needs, and that also is open source. If you have any question, even after this presentation, feel free to connect and ask me those questions. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, we have a bit of time left. I'll love to answer those questions. Thanks.